Hi, so I made a video last week about the Broch in Lerwick, and this week I went to a different Broch, which is called the Mousa Broch on the island of Mousa, which is in the south part of Shetland, and it's a much more preserved Broch than the Broch and much more famous. So the island of Mousa comes from the Old Norse name, which is Musoi, which means mossy island. And the place was once inhabited by, it was first inhabited by the Picts and later the Vikings who lived in a broch on the island. And the Mousa Broch is also mentioned in the sagas of Orkney. There are no sagas in Shetland, so all the Shetland stuff is in the Orkney sagas. So the Broch was built around possibly 2000 years ago by the Iron Age settlers in the Shetland Islands, and then it was later inhabited by the Picts who grew out of the Iron Age, and later Vikings when they settled and conquered in Shetland. So what I will show you next is some clips I took on the island of Mousa that show the Broch and what's around the island, though no one lives on the island anymore. It's just generally used for sheep farming and there are wild animals on the island. It's usually a nature reserve, so if you go there, do not leave any rubbish on the island. So standing in front of me right now is one of the best preserved Iron Age fortresses, not just in Shetland but in all of Scotland. This is the Mousa Broch. It's extremely tall and you can even climb up the stairs that were once constructed 2000 years ago. The stairs are very narrow and it's really dark inside the Broch. And the view from the top of the Broch is actually really amazing. You can almost see all the coastline of the Shetland mainland. There's also these small rooms inside the Broch that would have been the rooms where the indigenous settlers would have lived in. The rooms inside are often very dark, so remember to bring a torch with you. It also shows you here what the Broch would have looked like when it was constructed and what the different levels of the Broch would have been like. Apart from the Broch, there's also a lot of other things on Mousa. There's these lots of nature places, and it's a very great place to see these type of birds called storm petrels, which only really come out at night. You have to get a boat from Sandwich, which is in the south part of Shetland, and it takes you to Mousa in under 12 minutes. So yeah, this is definitely a place to recommend for any tourists or newcomers in the Shetland Islands.